Ambiguities of the third type we have seen mostly puns, double meaning. That is that there's references to different universes, so to say. That's what we see. So the last example that we saw was from Johnson. We have one more example from Johnson, the vanity of human wishes. The lines read like this: the watchful guest still hint the last offense. The daughter's petulance, the son's expense. Improve his heady rage with treacherous skill, and would his passions till they make his will. Understand? Till they make his will. So if I recite it like this, I don't know how many of you can keep this in your memory, and therefore I will turn to the board and write. Alright, if you have got the patience. So the vanity of human wishes, the lines are: the watchful guest still hint the last offense. The watchful guest still hint. The watchful guest still hint the last offense. Still hint the last offense. The watchful guest still hint the last offense. Did you get it? The daughter's petulance, the son's expense. The daughter's petulance, the son's, the daughter's petulance, the daughter's petulance, the son's expense. Offense, expense. The son's expense. And then what happens? Improve his heady rage with treacherous skill. Improve his heady rage with treacherous skill. With treacherous skill, and would his passions till they make his will, and would his passions till he makes his will. So these are the lines. And would his passions till they make his will. Till they make his will. Make his will. Now, this is a very careful and very conscious pun. Because heady, here is the point, heady. Heady here means two meanings. One meaning is he was head of the family. You can reread it like this now. He was head of the family. The second meaning is his passions soon came to a head. Heady here, this is the point. One meaning is head of the family. Head of the family. And the second meaning is his passions came to a head. Passions, feelings, emotions came to a head. So that's it. Now you read, then you will see. The watchful guest still hint the last offense, the daughter's petulance, the son's expense. Improve his heady rage. Heady rage. That means his passions with treacherous skill, and would his passions till they make his will. So one meaning of heady is he is head of the family. The other meaning of heady is his passions came to a head. That is the zenith or the climax, we can say. Understand? So this is again an example for the ambiguity of the third type, or we said puns. Simple language we can say puns. There are many examples like this. Here is another one from Pope, where Bentley lays tempestuous on to spots. Where Bentley from Dancia late, where Bentley late from tempestuous, where Bentley late from late, where Bentley late tempestuous on to spot, tempestuous want to spot, tempestuous on to spot. That is from Dancier platform. See, it's a funny, a very funny, what we say, pun. In troubled waters, but now sleeps in port. In troubled waters, but now sleeps in port. So this is an example for a funny pun. So this, you find it like this. 18th century is a 18th century, we can say this is a heyday of puns, use of puns, especially when they are writing satires now. Yes, satiric poetry, satire. 18th century. Even use of pun is always worldly matters. So, for example, they join together philosophical, nautical, gastronomical, and day-to-day business matters, and jump from one to the other. This is what we find. As you can see already. Already we have seen 18th century puns from Dryden we saw, isn't it? So from Johnson and now Pope, etc. And you see they are connected with or linked to worldly matters. Isn't it? In 19th century what happens is, the interesting thing about 19th century punster is, it says about like this, ambiguity of that type, you can see occurs when what is said is valid in or refers to several different topics, several universes of discourse. See, several modes of judgment or of feeling. Several discourses, several universes, several modes of judgment, several modes of feeling. So here is a very, what you should say, striking piece, where the 19th century punster speaks about, about the address is to a cook, about the meat in the pot and also the meat on the body. See what happens. Thou needst not, mistress cook, be told. Thou needst not, mistress cook, be told. Thou needst not, mistress cook, be told. What? What should not be told? That meat tomorrow will be cold. That meat tomorrow will be cold. That meat tomorrow will be cold. And then he says, that now is fresh, that now is fresh and hot. That now is fresh and hot. Now it is fresh and hot. Tomorrow what will happen? It will be cold. Yes, fresh and hot. Even thus our flesh will by and by. Even thus our flesh, even thus our flesh be by and by. See, different. One is about the cooking meat. The other is about your, even thus our flesh will. Our flesh will not be, but will by and by. Then what will happen is, next one is, be cold and stone. Be cold as stone, cook, thou must die. Be cold as stone, cook, thou must die. You can see now different, refers to different worlds, different discourses. One is the discourse of kitchen, the other is the discourse of death. What will happen? So, that he says that thou must die. See? Thou needst not, Mr. Scoop, be told that meat tomorrow will be cold, that now is fresh and hot. Now the meat is fresh, now it is very hot. But tomorrow it will be cold. That is it. And finally he says there's death within the pot. There is death within the pot. Pot could mean, say, the cooking pot. Pot also could mean your body. Understand? Flesh. Flesh carrying stuff, and that is your body. So here what happens is, it is valid to different, or references are to many, several different topics you can see. Understand? So this is actually a classic example of ambiguities of the third type. Not just mere pun, but it can be applicable, or it refers to several universes of discourse and also several ideas. Understand? Judgments and so on. Now another type of allegory that you, what is third type of allegory that you find is, like a labyrinth, labyrinthine form of allegory. You find as in fairy queen. Allegory. A-L-L, allegory. See, in allegory, what happens is, there is too many references. Allegory is now, in modern times, nobody uses this. Allegory was the root of Elizabethan literature, but not now. It is almost an abandoned genre, I can say. But when you read fairy queen, what happens is, you find political allegory, you find religious, you find things connected with the queen, you find, it depends on the reader. It is free for all. The allegory that you find in Fairy Queen, Spencer's Fairy Queen is free for all. Whatever you can see now. But now of course it is rare. See, the different meanings, the variety of meanings have been blurred into generalizations. The variety, you must have brought, for example, the cave of despair might have been a portion prescribed for you for your MA. You will read now, when you read that, what happens is I think that there is about a dozen plus, it refers to a dozen plus universe, or reference to a dozen plus universe of discourse you will find. And finally you can draw your own conclusion. It is so, what we must say, limitless. So there is no boundaries for it. That way it is. But of course, as we have already said, it is not presently, this allegory is not presently used, except that of course certain things you can say, it may be an allegory of the modern life, some modern poetry. Another area where you find, see, you remember Grace cat, Selima, and the nymph, the comparison. There you have got the same problem of ambiguity, that Selima and the cat, the cat and the comparison of the cat, Selina and the nymph comparison in Grace, that reference to cat, you remember that, no? Selina and the nymph comparison in Grace cat. Yes. Yet another, you will find different things mixed up in Donne, for example. John Donne's valediction, where you have got what you call ambiguity of this type, you will find ambiguities galore because of reference to many universes. I like that. When you say that, alas, alas, who is injured of my love? See? And then he says, sailors, plagues, soldiers, lawyers. See that? Reference to many. And after all, finally he says, what is it? I and you love. It is about their love. Now this type of allegory these days we don't have. But in the Elizabethan period it was there. And Donne was an expert in this, bringing different things in technical words and so on, you'll find. See, tears, coinage of tears, etc. you'll find, in weeping. So yes. So these are the different types of what you call passages that I have quoted from different authors. The point is this: the puns used in the third type of ambiguity, you find mainly puns, and these puns you will find right from the very Shakespeare. There are plenty, number of them. You will say Shakespeare has got many, but I have just given you a few, and also quoted from Johnson, from Dryden, from Pope, from 19th century, from reference to Fairy Queen, reference to pastoral poetry, poetry of juxtaposition. Pastoral poetry, poetry of different make, it modes of feeling. Its normal source of pleasure is that we find poetry of juxtaposition. That is what you find in pastoral poetry. T.S. Eliot, a very famous one, you know. For example, we say, hurry up, please, it's time. Where? Who says this? Where? The context, many people who explain this passage, they say it is in the pub. But when you see toward the end of that section, you will find reference is about home. So, where, who says what, when? Again, you find the same, that is the different universe. Reference to different universes, various references you will find, and therefore you can say that also can be considered as ambiguity of the third type. Now the same thing happens in WBS also. See the last stanza in Sailing to Baizani. So this is there, ambiguity is there in, you will find all throughout the ages you will find this. Not only Elizabethan age, not only 18th century or 19th century, in modern times also you will find this. But of course, modern times the ambiguities are very sharp, very sharp and very painful, so to say. Sometimes some of these modern poems, the poets use that type of allegory, and that we can see sharp and very painful. So there is no end to the discussion of third type of ambiguities or all the 7 types of ambiguities, except that we can for the time being go through some passages and see what it is. Okay. Now in the next class we will take up ambiguities of the 4th type, which is again very interesting. For that you have to take the whole poem. See, so what I am going to do is that so short pieces I will take, I'll write on the board and say and explain why, where, or how the ambiguities have been presented, or ambiguities have been used by poets for enriching their presentation. Understand? So till then, bye. Have a nice day. Hope that you have been following and you are enjoying these classes. Okay? Bye.